A receipt document indicates that goods have been shipped to you as a customer or services have been provided. It does not regulate or oversee the consignment and shipping processes. It just indicates that the shipment of goods or the receipt of services has occurred. When you post the goods and services receipt, it cancels the reservation of goods made by the purchase order, alters the total quantity of items in stock by the number of goods reserved because the goods have arrived at the warehouse, and indicates that the goods have been received from a vendor without a purchase invoice. If you create a delivery document for services, it will not result in any posting. Receipt created as a standalone document without reference to a purchase order increases the total inventory quantity and receives goods from a vendor without a purchase invoice. The receipt also impacts the transaction journal and inventory journal and creates entries from item-related inventory and expense accounts, impacts the accounting system. First, we need to select the vendor's name. Once the vendor is selected, we need to input information about the payment terms, vendor bank account, contact, phone number, and address details will be automatically filled. In the bottom group box, we add and define items to be purchased. It consists of the tabs for goods and services. Here, you can add one or more goods and services and manually input information about them. To add an item, we click on the Add New button. Then select the item from the list. Now we can input values for the necessary fields such as quantity, price, and VAT. This will generate the values of the other fields automatically. We can also click on the extended mode icon to view more fields. The Advance mode helps us to view and edit the accounts to which payables and advances from the vendor are recorded. The Vat Details section provides us with additional information about VAT charged on added goods and services. Here, we can also find the VAT number and vendor VAT number. In the Documents Total section, we can find information on the default transaction currency. We can also see the total, net, and VAT amounts of all the goods and services. This is also the Price Includes VAT option that can be switched on or off depending on if we want the total amount to be calculated with the VAT or not. Once we are done, click the Save button. Don't forget to click on the Post button. Remember, if you don't post a document, the system sees it as a draft and doesn't take it into consideration. By clicking the Journals button, we will notice that the information has been added to trade accruals and prepayments and the transaction and inventory journal. When you post the goods and services receipt, it cancels the reservation of goods made by the purchase document, alters the total quantity of items in stock by the number of goods reserved because the goods have arrived at the warehouse, and indicates that the goods have been received from a vendor,